Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and to my teachers. Hello everyone. So today is Sunday the 7th, June 2020. This is Achan Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. As usual, I'm here with you all. Hi Colin. I hope you're getting better. Sharala, Sukios, Margaret, Manish, Suresh from Nepal. Hi everyone. So today is Sunday, and I know that all of us are busy and busy in different ways. And those who are still in lockdown, they are busy trying to gaze and trying to get some other courses probably. As in our center as well, we are busy as well. Busy in terms of the physical development, and as well as busy teaching and delivering the talks and guiding in different parts of the world. In terms of the renovation of the barn, it's going very well. Ajahn Pira is working very hard, and should you any wish to come and help, you're most welcome, both physically or financially. So today Eros was coming and helping as well. And in terms of the teaching, it's been very busy from yesterday until today, and I was giving talks and leading meditation sessions in different parts of the world, and here I am again with our own time. So because so many people have asked about the meditation, and particularly the walking meditation, so I thought I will show you the one PowerPoint on how to do walking meditation that I have prepared. So, and it will help you to practice at home, and particularly in this lockdown time. If you cannot go out, then you can practice at home. So this is a walking meditation I will present. Walking meditation is a part of our practice of meditation. And in meditation we have sitting meditation, and we have standing, walking, and lying down. But the most famous practice is sitting and walking meditation. So I will show you PowerPoint on how to practice the walking meditation. So this is a PowerPoint that I have prepared. So this is on walking meditation. So walking meditation, okay? And first, we'll just give you a background that meditation is, according to Buddhism, there are two types of meditation. One is samatha meditation, and the second is the vipassana meditation. So the samatha meditation is a calming meditation or concentration meditation that we know. And a practice of a samatha meditation is to get the calmness of mind, and the stillness of mind, and the serenity of the mind. And it's the ultimate goal is the attaining or absorptions. And the second is vipassana meditation, and which is the practice that Buddha encouraged or taught to practice in our day-to-day life. So the vipassana meditation means seeing it differently, or seeing it vividly, clearly, yatha bhuta jnana dasana, seeing things as they truly are. And as I said, the practice of a meditation, there are 4 major postures that we can practice, and that's standing, walking, sitting, and lying down. So and then the practice of a walking meditation is one of them. So the practice of a walking meditation is to bring our mind and a body together while we are doing something out and about. And that's basically, in our life, we spend much of the time doing walking. Walking to this place to that place, walking to shopping, walking to fetch something, or even at home while we are locked down in the house. We constantly walk from the room to the toilet, toilet to the kitchen, kitchen to the living room, like that. So we're constantly walking, and in this way, once we have known how to practice walking meditation, it helps us to be mindful as we walk wherever we do. So being mindful of walking as we walk. So the walking meditation, where does it fit in? So this walking meditation, Buddha clearly said in the Satipatthana, one of the very famous sutta or discourse on the meditation, the 4 foundations of mindfulness, and this comes under the bodily contemplation. And in that bodily contemplation, so-called section Iriyapada, in the Iriyapada Papa, Buddha mentioned about it. Buddha was simply saying that Gacchanto va gachamiti pajanati, which means when you are walking, you know that you are walking. And then Tito va titomiti pajanati, which means when you are standing, you know that you are standing. So this is a part of the Satipatthana practice. Although Buddha didn't say any details about how to walk or how to stand, over the period of a time, Venerable Masters have developed ways of practicing walking meditation. And the benefit of a walking meditation, again, Buddha talked in different ways, and saying that it helps to arouse the effort faculty, so that when we sit, when one sits, one can be mindful and alert. So in the practice of a meditation, we have to develop so-called the 5 controlling faculties, which are the faith and confidence, and effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. So the effort plays in the second form, a second which needs to be developed as we practice. So sitting meditation, when we do the sitting meditation, it's very easy to get concentrated. It's easy to be mindful and easy to meditate, get the samadhi, but that won't last long. Whereas practice of walking meditation, it is difficult to get the concentration at first, but once we have attained the concentration, it brings a longer time of concentration. You can feel that, and which I normally do, about 2-3 hours a day, and I can feel that joy, feel that concentrated mind. So it's basically to get the balance of mind and a body. And in a practice of a walking meditation, that involves standing, walking, and turning. So standing, walking, and turning, and that also comes with intending to turn and intending to walk. So this intending to standing, intending to turn, and then intending to walk. These are to help when we are turning or walking. So practice of standing meditation, this basically we observe our standing position as we stand up. So we stand firmly but gently and relaxed. So as we stand, we close our eyes, or you can open your eyes. There is no problem with closing or opening eyes. And at that moment, you simply bring your attention to your entire body. You may start from the top to the top of the head to the tip of the toes, and feel the sensation. And as you feel the sensation, and you simply mentally making a note of it, standing, standing, standing. And you can even extend it to feel the greatness of the earth as you contemplate on standing. So greatness of the earth. And this greatness of the earth, And this sometimes I also extend it to understand that as you do the practice standing, imagine that you are like a tree, giant tree, or just a growing tree. When the wind comes from different parts, different directions, the tree simply moves in different ways, and as it moves, it sends its roots to make itself strong, to able to resist the wind. So standing, and you can do it 3 times. So standing, observing the sensations throughout the body, standing, feeling the sensation from the ground, and understanding, feeling the greatness of the earth, like that. Okay? So this is how you can do the practice of standing. And in terms of the walking meditation, this we can do in 3 ways. One is called a brisk walking, and the second is a counting steps, and third, systematically noting the movements. Okay, and this walking meditation it's known as the sankamana. Sankamana means the walking meditation. And here, brisk walking. First thing, what we have to be mindful that walking in a circle is not walking meditation. It is not a walking meditation if we are walking in a circle. It needs to be up and down. So there is a designated walking place, and you are walking along in that designated pathways, and up and down. But if you are walking in a circle, it is not called as a walking meditation. You may call it relaxed meditation, a relaxed walk. The reason behind is that when you are practicing walking meditation in a circle, there is no stop and there is no change. You constantly lost into the thoughts, and you constantly thinking about any subject that you are thinking. So there is no stop. Whereas if we are doing an up and down walking meditation, and we know that once we have walked up to the end of the pathways, simply it doesn't matter what we are thinking, it stops there, and then we realize, I've been thinking, so now it's time to be aware of this moment, this time. And that's how you will be mindful of the present moment. And as you become aware of this present moment, then again, you start a new journey, standing and then turning, and start practicing another walking meditation. So this the benefit of practicing this walking meditation with the having the pathways and practicing up and down is to find to break our thought process. And the first walking practice called a brisk walking is simply you walk mindfully without having any other things. You simply walk mindfully aware, or you can extend your awareness to feel the environment, wind, sound, and how your body feels, feeling a heaviness or a tightness or a lightness. And you can see that whenever you feel down, feel emotionally so tired or bored, you can just go out and walk silently, and you can feel relax. Okay? And this again, you can practice it and aware of the nature, connected to the nature. It's not just a connection to the nature, even you can connect to the people around the world, particularly those refugees or migrants. They have to walk miles after miles to get the safety place. Sometimes you may reflect as you walk how difficult life they had, like that. So the brisk walk is always the best for those who are having a stressful life. And the second way of practicing a walking meditation is counting steps. And this counting steps, again, this is now on, we're talking about the pathways. Now there is a designated path, and we walk up and down, up and down. And here, the counting steps is basically counting each steps that as we walk. And normally in my practice, my understanding is that if it's less than 6, that makes us feel very hard to contemplate, and also makes us to feel bored quickly. And as a result, practice of walking meditation should be 6 or no more than 6 steps. If you are doing at home, then use it as a 6 steps. And if you are outside, again, if you are practicing walking meditation outside and you have a space, then again, no more than 26 or maybe about 28 steps that you can make. And in this counting in an outdoor, you can count in different ways. Like you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, continue up to the 26 or 27, and then stop, and then again return, turn, and then walk again, like that. So up and down, up and down. And this is one way of practice. And another way of a practice is, as you lift one foot, you call boot, and then another foot, do. So continuously boot, toe, as you walk. So this is also, you can practice. So this is a second way of practice of a walking meditation, which I call counting steps. And there is a third, and this third way of a practice of a walking meditation that we normally practice at the retreats and at the center I call it systematically noting movements. And this is again in line with the Visuddhimagga, the path of purification, the commentary. And in the Visuddhimagga it says arise, move, push, drop, touch, and press. Whereas the masters have developed it into the 6 stages of a walking meditation. As a right goes thus, left goes thus, lifting and placing, lifting, moving and placing, and so on. Heel up, lifting, moving, dropping, touching, and pressing. So these are the 6 stages of a walking meditation. This is the first stage of a walking meditation, and here right goes thus and left goes thus. Remember, when we are doing this walking practice, first we begin with standing, aware of your standing position, practice of a standing, and then initiating yourself mentally, intending to walk. And after that you are walking. Be mindful as you lift your foot, and then be mindful as you move. So right goes thus, left goes thus. And that's how we practice the first stage of a walking meditation. And the second stage of a walking meditation is simply a lifting and placing. So you're mindful as you lift you lift your foot, and then a placing on the ground. So you're lifting only a few bit of it, not too high, not too low. It's just off the ground and place it. So lifting and placing. And the third stage is lifting, moving, and placing, or pushing and placing. So here again, gently you raise your foot and push and then place. So this is the third stage of a walking meditation. And the fourth, you simply raise your heel. Here my typo mistake. So simply raise your heels, but your toes are still touching on the ground. So it's called heels up, lifting, moving, and placing. So this is the fourth step of a walking meditation. Yeah. And number 5, heel up, lifting, moving, dropping, and placing. So edit the dropping. And here again, when you raise or heel up, your toes are still touching the ground, and you lift. You simply lift your toes and push ahead or move ahead and drop. When you drop your foot, again, it's not touched the ground yet. Once you have noted the dropping, and you're pressing on the floor. And then number 6, or step number 6, and also known is as a heel up, lifting, moving, dropping, touching, and pressing. So here, touching introduced. Here again, raising up, your toes still touch the ground, and you raise little bit, and you see the yellow, red arrows, and lift and push little bit, and drop, and the touch. So your toes touched, but your heels are not yet. So that's the 6th, and then pressing. So this is the 6 stages of walking meditation. And now, after we have practiced the 6 stages of a walking meditation, what if when we are meditating and some thoughts comes or some distractions arise? In those cases, again, simply stop there. Yeah? Stop at that very moment when you have those distractions. When mind distracts, stop walking and be mindful of that distraction. So aware of that distraction, and again, you're not engaging with the distraction, but simply aware of that distraction. It doesn't matter when we see and our mind or consciousness simply grasp onto the trees or the birds or the colors, and that moment again, simply stop walking and be mindful of that seeing, or even the thinking or thoughts arises. At that moment again, rather than thinking and walking, you simply stand still and watch their thought processes, and the thinking. And similarly, other objects or distractions arise, like a pain in your leg, or pain in your back, or pain in your hand, or hearing the sounds that you hear, or the smells, like a smell of the flowers, smell of a dung, like that. That moment also, just stop walking and be mindful. And here there is a saying that when you stopped, you have arrived. And this is one of the very famous sayings of Luang Por Sot, one of the great meditation masters in Thailand, who taught the crystal meditation. It's called Dhammakaya meditation. And he normally says that when we know how to stop, we have arrived. And similarly, when we do the practice of walking meditation, we are no one and we have nowhere to go. We're simply there to be mindful of the phenomena that we are in. So that's why in a practice of a walking meditation, later on, we will be able to understand that there are 4 things we are doing. Number 1, at the beginning, we are aware of bodily movement, and that simply we are aware of this feet as we move our feet. So we are aware of this physical movement. And after that, sometimes of a practice, what we will be able to note that the phenomena, rather than my feet, we will be simply aware of the foot movements. So as right moves, left moves, like that. So lifting, placing. There is no my foot, simply a movement, a phenomena. And later, we will be able to extend our awareness to the elements. Elements here, when we lift, we feel heat or cold, and that's a heat element. And sometimes we may feel very light, or sometimes we feel very heaviness, and that's the earth element. And sometimes when we move, there is a wind element, and this cohesiveness is a water element, like that. So we will be able to see or able to observe those phenomena. And as we are able to observe those phenomena, later on, what we will able to understand is that the awareness of that action is different than the mind. So simply able to differentiate between mind and matter. So, and with that, the first knowledge school, the vipassana knowledge arise. So knowing the mind and the matter. And that's the ultimate goal of the practice. Although we start off practicing in order to gain the concentration, and gradually the walking meditation is simply take us to the attainment of the higher knowledge. And one thing that we have to be mindful that in the practice of walking meditation, it's bring your attention to the moving foot, observe its movement, and note it with sharp attention and awareness as it moves. So aware of a movement. And another thing is, it's very important not to close your eyes while doing walking meditation. And this I have seen that there one time one lady asked me that how could you practice walking meditation, and if you do, then you fall down. So basically she had a different understanding that walking meditation is supposed to be close your eyes. So with that closing eyes, you cannot do walking meditation. So as a result, she asked that question. So in the practice of walking meditation, that's why we do not close our eyes. But you can do when you are doing standing. So when to practice? And the practice of walking meditation, again, we should be doing it before formally doing sitting meditation. And this is again always helpful, because someone, if you are practicing meditation, or after immediately you hear the talks, and normally you will be engaging into that talk and investigating about that talk. So practice of walking meditation is simply to divert your attention or distill your hearing the talks. And in our center we use chanting to supplement the walking before we do the practice of walking meditation. And there's one more thing that we have to be aware, is that walking meditation and sitting meditation should be equal to get the more benefit from the practice of walking meditation. So this is the just the theoretical practice of walking meditation, that because some people have asked me on this, and I thought I better present as a form of a presentation, and I prepared that talk. So I offer this as a practice of a walking meditation for tonight, and you can practice at home or even outside whenever it's possible. So with this, in a few minutes time, we will have a evening chanting and guided meditation, so you're most welcome to join with us. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for the talk and guided meditation. Until then, may you be happy, peaceful. And thank you everyone for watching and practicing with us. Thank you, Anna, for the goods and the materials for the kitchen. And thank you everyone. Thank you. So see you shortly for the chanting and meditation.